After 4 episodes as good guy Tremos, we now have Anthony Ainley as the Master for the rest of the classic series. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. So, of course, the big reveal in The Keeper of Traken is that the evil Melkor that's been behind all of the bad things going on is actually the Master inside his TARDIS. And it's still the rapidly degenerating Master from the evil assassin, a burned, skeletal, horrific figure nearing the end of his 12th and final regeneration. And so at the very end of this story, the Master doesn't regenerate because he can't anymore. He simply steals the body of Tremos, which, if you're observant from the beginning, is simply an anagram of Master. As for the Melkor itself, it is a cool piece of design. I love it so much, and I actually got to see the real Melkor, the original prop, about 8 years ago when my wife and I took a trip to the UK, and she very kindly tolerated a 2-day side trip to Cardiff where, among other things, I got to go to the Doctor Who experience. And I actually took this picture of the Melkor. Took a ton of other pictures. My poor wife was so kind that entire day as I skipped around the city of Cardiff saying, "Oh, that's where they filmed this episode. Oh, that's where that scene was." And then we're inside the Doctor Who experience, and right from the bat at the entryway, there's Bessie parked in the lobby, and I totally geeked out. And inside they had original TARDIS props and costumes and tons of stuff, certainly from the modern series, but also a whole bunch of really cool stuff from the classic series, and it was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff closed a couple of years ago. It was only on, I think, a 5-year lease, if I remember right, and they actually extended the lease a little bit, but at a certain point, they had to close down the exhibit, although I understand there's now an exhibit somewhere in London. But I am very, very thankful that we got to take that trip, and we saw lots of cool non-Doctor Who things. We saw Stonehenge, we saw the original Globe Theatre, we saw St. Paul's Cathedral, although, again, I geeked out over, oh, these are the steps the Cybermen walked down in the invasion and that sort of thing. It's pretty impossible for me to walk around anywhere in the United Kingdom and not spot something Doctor Who-ish. Although, oddly, we never visited a rock quarry. I feel like that was a terrible, terrible oversight. In any case, getting back to The Keeper of Traken. Great story, great introduction to the character of Nyssa, even though she wasn't intended to become a companion. Sarah Sutton is fantastic in the role, and it's no surprise at all that they asked her to carry on in the show. And a little bit of trivia for you. This is the story where teenage me first learned about the second law of thermodynamics, which will become very, very important tomorrow. The Doctor mentions it today, but the plot of the next story completely surrounds that. And I'll get to that tomorrow.